Good morning. It is Monday, May 10th, 2021. My name is Terry Morgan. We are here to practice Tai Chi. My intent last week was to start a new series this week. Not happening. We're going to review what we've been doing over the last 8 weeks. So I'm going to review physical stuff today, and I'm going to review the internal stuff tomorrow. I may have a little more depth on a couple of things. I've been working on my writing. I do lots of things, and I have a story that I started working on last year, and it's been kind of writing itself. So it's a fun story, science fiction. You'd like it. It's got martial arts in it. Of course it does. So you might like it. All right, and so I was finishing that. I've actually written the first book, whole book, and there's 4 more coming. So yeah, so that's kind of taken a little bit more of my effort, and I'm enjoying it, but it's something not directly related to these classes, and so it took me away from this a little bit. I'll be back in a couple of weeks. There is a part of, and I'm going to talk about this just real quick before we get started, because it is related. I've talked about this idea of intent that goes behind our movement. And I've talked about the idea of spirit, this animating energy that we can bring to whatever we do. We play baseball with spirit. We can play basketball with spirit. So taking that, taking that idea, that concept of spirit, and putting it into something else, in this case for me, my writing, has been loads of fun. I've been having a great time with it, and that inspiration is something that I recognize as transient. It comes and it goes. The craft that goes with, that stays. And that part of it is what we're doing with practice. Okay? I could teach a performer who has good visual memory. I could teach a performer to do this set that I've taught over this last 8 weeks, Down Style Tai. I could teach a performer to do that set 30 minutes, maybe an hour. Seriously, when I started, I had dance training. In formal dance training, you learn how to do that. Here's a combination, learn it, let's do it. Here's another one, learn it, let's do it. Here's another one, learn it, let's do it. It goes that fast. So 30 minutes to an hour. Would that person have any depth of understanding? Would that person have the same level of skill that someone who just finished this full 8 weeks has? No, wouldn't happen. So my point is that this intent that goes behind the ideas and the substance that goes behind the form, in many ways is as important, if not in some level, much more important than whatever particular movements we're doing. And all right, so put the coffee down. So what I did, and I'm getting ready to start. So what I did was I recognized that the inspiration, that creative spark, that has landed landed in my lap this morning, or this year, is something that I need to pay attention to, and I need to work with it, and I need to do something with it. That's coming from me because that's what I feel, right? And I've learned to listen to that. It's my intuition talking to me, telling me, pay attention over here. This is something that we cultivate in our Tai Chi practice. That sense of understanding, of knowing without having any 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hard evidence. It's that sense of, I know myself, and right now, this is what it's time for me to do. Part of that skill, part of that confidence, part of that ability to recognize this creative spark that I've got going on right now comes from this practice. Being aware, being conscious, being capable of paying attention to all of the levels that I've talked about, the physical level, the breath, the chi, working with the mind, using the intent, paying attention to the spirit, paying close attention to the heart. I haven't talked about that so much yet. And bringing them all together. Little intellect, add that in. All of this comes together in our practice. And for me, it's coming together in this book that I'm writing, or this series of books that I'm writing. Alright, feet about shoulder width apart, stand straight, pull up through the crown of the head, shoulders down and relaxed. We do forward stretch, arms circle to the front, back around to both sides, up along center line. Reach up, pull up, extend out, bend the knees. And again, reach out, shoulders down and relaxed. One more time. All the way up. And come on back down. And center. All right. This one stretch, we're reviewing today, so just bear with me. And we're going to do this one more time after I finish this explanation. This one stretch, I'm focused on the physical today. Review. As we go over, pull up through the abs, bend the knees, keep the back open and turn through the hip. Not at the waist. This is my ribs up here. This is my waist down here. Hips down here. Turn over the leg at the hip. The back rolls up. So my head's down here. I'm going to start here, one at a time. over until I get to the top. This part of the exercise is really what we're paying attention to and should be paying attention to. Supporting the spine, pulling in through the abs. You pull, here's my spine, here's my abs. I'm going to pull in. I'm not going to bunch this. I'm not going to try and grip. I want to pull in. Flatten it against your spine to support the inside of your spine using your abdominal muscles. Support the back with the back muscles. Let the spine relax. Let it open. A little bit, don't strain. This should not be strained in any manner whatsoever. It should be relaxed. The goal is to increase the fluid in the little sacs, the synovial fluid in the little sacs that separate the bones in the spine, so that your spine is more supple, is more fluid, in this case literally, and it's better supported by the surrounding muscles, tendons, and ligaments, so that you're not putting pressure on the spine itself to do everything. You're using the surrounding muscles to help. Feet about shoulder width apart. Stand straight. Pay attention to pulling in. Pay attention and try to visualize each individual vertebra in the spine. Each one. Not groups together. Each one. Hands circle to the front. Back around to both sides. Bend the knees. Pull in the abs. Open the hip. Reach up. Pull up from under the ribs. Pull your hip up. Reach out. All right, relax through the lower back. Tailbone. Drop it down. Follow the small vertebra in the tailbone. Circle. Round the back. And extend the arms up. Fingertips up. And elbows down. Wrists. Return back to your sides. This one exercise, we need to exit the cat here. This one exercise, repeated, will open the ankles, the knees, the hips, the back, elbows and the shoulders, a little bit for the fingers and the neck as part of the spine. It's a great exercise. The second set that I introduced for this, feet about double shoulder width. So I say my shoulder width is here, I'm going to step out and step out again. I'm going to go back and forth. More hip work. Pay attention to the hip. This is a basic set. I'm just going side to side to work on transferring the weight between both legs. That's the goal for this set, is to pay attention to that weight transfer so that it's across and not up and down. Bend the knees. I'm on my right. All my weight's over here on my right. Bend the knee. You're on your left. Hands at your waist. Easy. Just stick them there. All right, and left side, right side. Go to the left, or go to your right. And other side. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And come on to center. What's the point? Why are we doing this? I talked about this idea just now, transferring the weight between the legs so that I've got weight here and I'm going to transfer straight through and I've got weight on the other leg. It's not up and down. As a beginner, right? So this whole series is crafted for a beginner. As a beginner, it's hard to do that. We are accustomed to walking. When I walk, I'm going to take a step and I'm going to bring my hip over my leg, and then I'm going to take another step and I'm going to bring my hip over my leg, and there's an up and down movement. Our knee bends, we go up and down a little bit. Even if you're not trying to go up and down, you're still going up and down a little bit. It's just the nature of walking on 2 feet. All right, what we want in Tai Chi is a smooth, continuous movement that does not go up and down unless it's something that we're doing intentionally. For Yang style Tai Chi, which is what this series has been about, it stays the same level throughout. How do you get your weight from one place to another if you're still supposed to stay on the same level? It's that gradual transfer. I've used an hourglass, which I went out and found my old hourglass. All right, this idea that the sand, maybe, is just pouring in there just a little bit. I don't know if it's visible on the screen there. There's 3 minutes. It'll be done. All right. How much time do we give that transfer in Tai Chi? Feet a little bit wider than shoulder width. Circles. Pay attention to that transfer again. Focus on keeping, once you set, knees are bent, however much your knees are bent, once you set, do not go up and down. Center, I'm on my right, you're going to be on your left. Circle to the outside and come around as a figure 8. 1 and 2. Keep the knee around the toes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pay attention to actually describing that figure 8. Get an image in your head, an image in your mind, what that circle looks like. What does that figure 8 look like? Around and around and around. What does that look like? Follow the circle. And center and straight. Tai Chi moves in a circle. Period. We move in a circle along a straight line. Every movement that we do is part of and contains a circle. There's very little linear movement in Tai Chi. What happens is that a person will look at something, as I just talked about, a beginner, still going, Beginner will look at it and say, oh, okay, I can do that. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm done. That's all there is. I got to learn these movements, and I can do the movements, and now, however I do the movements, it's okay, because I can do the movements. That's not Tai Chi. How you do the movement, what goes behind the movement, that's what gives us Tai Chi, not just the physical movement itself. Okay, I will use an example that I know of from reality. There are football players who study ballet. There are football players who study ballet. The muscle discipline and the discipline the physical discipline that's required offers a level of body conditioning that doesn't come with sit-ups and push-ups and weight training and all of the other things that football players do. It's a different skill. It's a complementary skill. It's not the same. Nobody expects a principal dancer with any ballet company to also be a football player. Nobody expects a quarterback with any professional football team to be a principal dancer. There are crossover skills in both. The skills that have to be developed to be a dancer, to be a basketball player, to be a baseball player, to be a football player, to be a Tai Chi practitioner are not the same. So, yeah, I know, but I'm going to do it anyway. The idea that I get up and I can do a couple little movements and I can move my arms and I can do this and I can do that, and now I'm doing some Tai Chi, that goes nowhere with me. It just, yeah, you're doing something. It's great. All right. So, more about that tomorrow. I have beat up on a couple of things. I'm going to do this real quick. And then I want to turn around and we're going to do the form. All right, I'm going to do this real quick. All right. I have talked about just now, and for most of the session this morning, I talked about this idea of beginning level, and as a beginner, these are things to pay attention to. All right. I'm going to jump ahead just a little bit. Same set. I'm going to stick my hands right here. Right? And just watch. Just watch. Okay? And I'm going to turn sideways and I'm going to do this again. But just watch. Okay? I'm going to start on my right. This is the same as what we've been doing. I'm circles. Right? Circle. So just watch one. And again. So I said just watch. Open the hip. From here, right, this is same as what I was just doing. Outward circle. Know this. I'm not going up and down. Down, stay there. The leg turns in the hip. Alright? Outward, inward. Knee stays over the toes. All right. This is how we actually move in Tai Chi. That circle, just stepping method, basic. All of that is there. It's quiet. We don't want noisy movement. That was very noisy. Lots of noise in that movement. So with Tai Chi movement, we want that to be quiet. We don't want a lot of extra fluffy, I'm going to move this way, and I'm going to move that way, and I'm going to do all kinds of extras. But we do want the full extent of the movement. So, all the little wobble that I showed in the first one, it's there in the second one. That openness, it's all there. But instead of being noisy and making it visible so you can see it, I made it quiet. Movement should be quiet. Tai Chi movement is quiet. Same set. Okay. This is still going. Right? With the hands. I did not give this in this series. I did not give cloud hands. Here it is. This is Yang style. And I'm come across and down and across and down. My circle is here. Inward. Anybody? Try this with me. Circle. Feet a little bit wider than shoulder width. Or, yeah, give or take. Left side. Left hand down, right hand up. Right hand comes across. Left hand comes across. Right hand down, left hand up. Left hand comes across, right hand comes across. Left hand down, right hand up. And come on over. Keep going. It's all a circle. At figure 8, keep it. Circle with the hands follows that figure 8. Hands with the feet, elbows with the knees, shoulders with the hips. Everything stays in good alignment. Keep going. Change inward. And come center. Relax. All right. Now, this inward, outward. Open the hips. Pay attention to the direction that you're going. We have these changes. We have these ideas throughout the form. Let's do one time. Pay attention to the physical outer shape of the form. Right. Circles in the back of your mind. Just keep it in the back. Don't work on it right now. Just in the back of your mind, keep the idea that everything we're doing has and is part of a circle. Feet together, stand straight. Salute. Transfer all the way to the right. Open the left. Center. Arms up. Press down. Shift left, open right. Step through. Circles. Find the circles. There's lots of them. Open, close. Raise your hands and turn. Circle and turn. More circles. Hand strum lute. Brush knee. Brush knee again. And move the cat out the way. And brush knee. Step up. Brush knee. Deflect downward. Parry. And punch. Shift back. Close the door. Turn. Crossing hands. Palms up. Press down. Center. Salute. As we work through, I'm going to do this with a little bit of exaggeration. I'm going to do this with a lot of exaggeration. Brush knee. Low elbow. Brush knee twist up. Hand strum the lute. Just look for the circle. Just watch. Look for the circles. Look for the circles. All of that was exaggerated. None of it is what you should do in practice. Don't make physical movement look like that. Okay? The reason that I did that is because I'm talking about this idea of everything being a circle. It's abstract. How can you grasp it if you can't see it? It's all a circle. It's a circle here and a circle there, and she's I don't know what she's talking about. Hey, circle, circle, circle. All right? What I just did was to actively show circles in the foot, in the ankle, circles at the knee, circles at the hip, circles with the shoulders, circles up and down. Because that's what we do in Tai Chi. Let me show you this. I'm wrapping up for today, but just this is wrong. I'm going to do this wrong. It's going to be stiff. It's going to be straight. And all of the circle stuff that I'm talking about, not going to be there. None of it. Okay? Maybe a little turning in my body because it's the only way I can do it. Alright? Brush knee. Brush knee, hand strum the loop. So, right, one brush knee, step up, hand strum the loop. This is wrong. This is not what you should do. Don't do that. Don't do this either. Second one, don't do this. Don't do that. No. Do this. Do this one. Don't do the other two. I'm going to review some more tomorrow as I get myself situated with the story that I'm writing and a couple other things that I'm doing. I will get this next series started. Maybe next week I may still be doing another review. Well, we'll see. I appreciate you being here this morning. Again, reviewing this Yang Style Tai Chi first part. We'll do the internal work and a little bit of applications tomorrow. Wednesday, Xingyi and Wudang's 3 basic methods. Thursday and Friday, Wudang Qigong. Appreciate you being here. Thank you.